Welcome to the High Value Man podcast, where purpose meets power and success. I'm your host, Eston Swaby, and today we have a very exciting topic today because we're going to talk about a really exciting topic, right? A critical topic, and that's the mindset that defines a high value man. Because, of course, the name of this podcast is the High Value Man podcast. So we all know that your mindset shapes your reality and influences every aspect of your life. The reason why you have the life that you have now, right? The reason why you show up the way that you show up, right? It's because of your mindset, right? So from your relationships to your career, right? So today we're gonna explore adopting a high value mindset and how it can transform your life, right? So let's define what we mean by a high value man, right? Who is a high value man? So a high value man is someone who consistently strives to become the best version of themselves, right? He has a clear purpose, right? He works hard towards his goals, right? And takes full responsibility for his actions and his success. He is someone who manages his emotions, remain calm under pressure, right? And treats others with respect. He values relationships with his family, friends, God, and loved ones, right? He is someone who is honest, have integrity and trust. So a high value man takes care of his physical body and mental health. He manages his finances wisely and is generous. So above all, he is someone who lives by his values, stays disciplined, and aims to positively impact his life and the lives of others. So when we talk about a high value man, we are talking about someone who is well rounded, reliable individual who leads by example. This is someone who is building their empire, right? And we all know that your empire doesn't just include your business or career success. It's every area of your life. So you are looking at your finances, you're looking at your relationships, you are looking at how you lead in different areas, right? How you are looking at your relationship with God, your relationship with self. You are someone who is constantly looking to see how you can improve, right? You're someone who is willing to, even though it might be uncomfortable, you are someone who is looking to identify the areas of your life where you might not be shown up as the person that you're supposed to be, as a man that you're supposed to be, and you're constantly working on those areas. You're constantly working at identifying the wounds, and you are willing to heal from them, right? And so a high value man is someone who is dependable, someone who is respectable, someone who is always looking to become the best version of themselves, right? And when we talk about a high value mindset now, we are talking about you believe in your worth, right? You believe in your abilities, right? It's about recognizing that you have something valuable to offer to the world, right? It's realizing that you are here for a purpose, right? And you are working towards that purpose. A high value mindset is all about being open to learning and growing, allowing yourself to allowing yourself to adapt, right, and improve continuously. So this mindset, it influences how you interact with others, how you approach challenges, how you see yourself in the grand scheme of life. As men, we know that we are constantly going up against different challenges in our environment, right? We are constantly going up against challenges in our relationships, right? Society will try to put us in a box. Society will always try to tell us we are and how we should show up. But when you have a high value mindset, right, you know who you are. You have a sense of purpose. You have a sense of identity, right? You are not allowing your environment or in life just to box you all around, but you take control. You take, and also you see challenges, right, as an opportunity, because that's really what they are, right? Challenges, setbacks, oppositions, persecutions, hardships, you name it, failures. They are all opportunities for you to grow, right? And so, as a high value man who have a high value mindset, right, they are always looking to see how they can use the challenges, the setbacks, the failures, right? They do not allow these to define them. They are not victim to their circumstances. And many of us, we are walking around as victims when God has called us to be victors. We are allowing our environment, we are allowing what people say about us to define us. But when you have a high value mindset, right, you are not looking for people to define you. You know, you have a sense of identity, right? And when someone's try to define you and put you in a box, right, you don't sit down and accept that box. You don't accept that label. You say, no, this is not who I am, right? You don't show up as a victim. And I see so many men, right? God has called us to be leaders, but we are walking around as victims. We are walking around as if we don't know who we are and who God has called us to be. Right. And even if you're not a Christian, right, but you have to know that, hey, you are more than your circumstances, you are more than your environment. Right. And I think one of the reasons why so many men are living defeated lives, right, is because they don't know who they are. So many men are living below their privilege because they don't know who they are. They have allowed society to define them. You cannot allow society to define you, because society definition of a man constantly changes with time, right? You have to know who you are, right? And so a high value mindset, right, is about knowing who you are. It's about your identity. It's about having a sense of purpose and direction for your life. You have to have a sense of purpose. You have to have direction for your life. Where are you going? How can you lead others if you don't know where you are going? If you don't have a sense of purpose and identity, how can you lead others? How can you lead your family to the promised land? Right? Where are you going? As a man, where are you going? Who are you? What are you about? Right? How do you see challenges? Do you embrace challenges? Do you embrace failures? Because you know that every failure is a lesson, right? And the most successful people in life, is the most successful men, right, are men who embrace failures. They learn from failures. When you come up against failures, right, and I'm going totally off script from my notes, right? When you come up against failures, right, a high value mindset, a high value man, they say, okay, what are the lessons? Okay, what did I do wrong? What are the maybe 2 to 3 things I did wrong? What are the lessons that I can learn from this? And what can I do better next time so that I can grow, so that I do not keep going around the same mountain? If you keep going around the same mountain, then something is wrong. If you are at the same place that you were like 12 months ago, right? Something is wrong. That means that you are not learning, you are not growing. You are not using the challenges, the setbacks, all of those things, right, as launching pad. And I believe that failures, all of those challenges are launching pad. They did not come to hold us down, but they come to launch us deeper into our purpose, or launch us into our purpose, or give us a message that we can share with others, right? So a high value mindset, right? We see adversities, we see pain, we see challenges as opportunities to grow, because that's what they really are, right? And so when you have a high value mindset, right, you're always looking to grow, right? You're always looking to become the best version of yourself. You are not satisfied with where you are at. As a man, you cannot be satisfied with where you are at. It doesn't matter if you are making $1 million a year, guys, in US dollars, of course, right? You cannot be comfortable where you are at. Yes, be grateful for where you are, right? But you should always be seeking to grow, because this is not about you. And as you grow, you're working on yourself. You're working to become better, right? You cannot in your relationship, you cannot become comfortable where you are at in your relationship. You have to always be seeking, how can I make this relationship better? As a father, you cannot be comfortable where you are at. You always have to look in, how can I become even a better father? Yes, I'm doing a great job, right? And I'm grateful for where I am at, right? This is not about greed. This is about improvement. This is about growth, right? If you are a leader in the church, how can I become a better leader? How can I become a better man overall as a man, right? And so it's about growth. It's about seeing the challenges and learning from them, right? It's about taking care of all the different aspects of your life, right? It's about building that confidence, believing in yourself, believing in your worth, knowing that you have value, right? It's about taking actions, right? Every day you wake up, you're looking to see how can you get closer to your goals, right? It's about mastering your emotions, right? Understanding emotional intelligence as a man is very important. Emotional intelligence, emotional maturity is very important. You have to learn to understand and manage your emotions. Be aware of your feelings and know how to navigate them, right? And so this is emotional intelligence is very crucial to building strong, healthy relationships and to communicate effectively with others, right? It's about exercising active listening, right? Making a conscious effort, right, to understand what others are saying without immediately forming a response. And I know that for many of us as high achievers, right, for me especially, right, this I know that this is a struggle for many of us, but we have to work, and we cannot just get up every day and say, hey, this is who I am, this is how things have always been, and just and settle for where we are at, right? And another thing about high value mindset, right, is about not getting rid. Do not have the mindset that says that this is who I am, take it or leave it. This is how I've always been. This is how I always show up. And then we just settle there. I've heard so many men of influence, right? Leaders saying, hey, this is who I am. No, that is not acceptable as a high value man. Right? So let's talk about some practices, right? What are some things that we can do on a daily basis to have to cultivate that high value mindset, right? Self reflection is very important. Start your day off with self reflection. So that is like taking a few minutes each morning to think about your goals, your dreams, thinking about who you want to be, right? And you should have goals in different areas: your relationships, your health, your finances, and so forth. Who do I have to become? You see, success, a lot of times we focus on the goals, right? But then we don't think about who do we have to be to achieve those goals. We think about who we have that picture, that vision, but who's that person that achieves that vision, or lives that vision, right? So consider questions like, what do I want to achieve today? What steps can I take to align with my values? Right? How can I become a better person today? Who do I have to be to live my dreams? Right? And as I talk about early on, is continuous learning. Right? So reading books, right? Taking online courses, investing in mentorship. Right? As it's very important for us as men to have mentors in our lives. Right? The more you learn, the more you are equipped to become a better version of yourselves and to also navigate challenges and seize opportunities. Right? It's about finding an accountability partner, right? And not only just finding an accountability partner, right? But being accountable to yourselves, be accountable to your dreams, right? Being trust yourself, building that self trust. And how do you start building that self trust is by when you say you are going to do something, you do it. And the more you do that, the more you say, hey, this is what I'm going to do, and you do it, is the more you start building that self trust and that self belief. And that's what is going to really help you to become successful, right? So, high value mindset, right, is about valuing yourself, valuing others, respecting yourself, respecting others. It's about loving yourself, loving others. Self love is very important. Mastering your emotions, not allowing your emotions to master you, right? It's about believing in yourself and believing in your value, right? Overcoming those self doubts and those imposter syndrome that holds us back, right? It's about growing. It's about seeing failures, adversities, challenges, right, as opportunities for us to grow and understand that failure doesn't define you. You see, there's a quote that I've heard a couple years ago, and it changed my life. It says that failure is not um how does it go? Failure is not a fatality. It is a step towards your destiny. Let me say that again, guys. Failure is not a fatality, but it is a step towards your destiny. Failure is not the end of your story. Failure does not define you, but it is a step towards your destiny. When you look at, for example, I have a 1 year, 2 year old son, right? When he was learning to walk, and this is something that we need to learn from our children, right? From babies, right? When my son was learning to walk, right, he would get up, he'd fall down, right? He'd take a step forward, he'd fall down. But guess what? Every time he fall down, he'd get back up. It didn't matter how many times it didn't matter even if we said, hey, Malik, you cannot do this. You are a failure. Who do you think you are to do this? Who do you think you are that you can walk? It didn't matter if we said that, right? He was not going to listen to us. He had not blinders. What do you call it? He had his ears plugged, so that, if you get what I'm saying, right? He was not listening to. He would not listen to any. He didn't really understand what we were saying, but you get the point that I'm trying to make. Right? He did not allow his feelings. Every time he fell down, he got back up. Even when he got hurt, he would cry, but would get back up. Right? Because he had a vision, he had a sense of purpose, he knew what he wanted. Right? He knew that, hey, I was not meant to stay down here. I was meant to grow. I was meant to become better. Right? So know that you are meant to become better and strive towards that better. Work towards becoming the best version of yourselves. Do not stay stuck and complacent. right? You're not meant to stay where you are at. The reason why if you are still alive right now is because God is not through with you yet, right? So remember, guys, you have the power to redefine your beliefs. Your beliefs doesn't you see, beliefs are just a made up story. Every belief is just a story that we choose to hold on to. The belief that you have, whether they are true or whether they are not true, it's just a story. I believe it's just a story that as I said, whether it's true or not, it's a story, right? And it's a story that we prove over and over, right? Whatever you believe is going to be true for you, right? If you believe that you're a failure, then that's going to be true for you. It's a story that you made up and you made it true through your actions and through thoughts and all of those things, right? So you can choose to rewrite your story. You can choose to believe something else, right? So I want to empower you as empower men, right, to start believing in themselves and their worth, to have that high value mindset, right? That high value mindset that says that, hey, my word is my bond. If I say I'm going to do something, then I'm going to do it, right? If I say I'm going to do it, then I'm going to do it, right? That says that high value mindset that says that, look here, what I'm going through doesn't define me. I'm going to use this as a stepping stone. I'm just repeating some of the things that I said, guys, because I want you to really get it. A high value mindset really is about banking on yourself, right? You have to bank on yourself, right? You see, so many of us as men, we are waiting on people, are waiting on someone else to rescue us. Well, we are waiting on our parents. We're saying, hey, my parents didn't give me this. My dad wasn't in my life, so this is who I am. And you're waiting for someone to validate you. You're waiting for someone to rescue you. Look here. Stop waiting on people to rescue you. You start rescuing yourself. I don't care. Yeah, I totally sympathize with you if you didn't have a father or mother in your life, or if they were not showing up the way that they should show up. Right? But you are a man now. You are a grown ass man now. It's time for you to start taking responsibility. Take responsibility for your actions. Take responsibility for who you are, how you show up. Right? Do not wait on other persons to come and rescue you. Do not wait on someone to give you a job. If you're struggling to find a job, you go and create that job. You get what I'm saying, guys? Stop waiting on other persons to do for you what you should be doing for yourself. Right? Stop waiting for persons to give you a handout. That's not who a high value man is. Right? A high value man takes responsibility. Take responsibility for the relationship. Take responsibility for the home, like what's happening. Be the leader. Be the leader in your home, in your relationships, everywhere that you go. Be the leader that you're called to be. I see so many men that have potential are sitting down, not doing anything, waiting for someone to tell them, hey, you can be doing this. Get up and start doing something, right? Get up and start doing something. Get up. Become who you're called to be, right? So I'm just, rambling here, guys. But I hope that you're getting value from this, and I hope that this episode really empowers you, and you know that you have purpose, you have value, right? Maybe you grew up without a father or mother, but you did not. This quote, I heard someone said this some time ago. He said that you came from God, you came through your mother, but you came from God. What they're really saying is that, hey, your identity doesn't come from your parents, it comes from God. Right? You are not a victim, you are a victor. There's purpose in your life. That's why you are here today, right? So I'm gonna end this episode now. I want to thank you for tuning in, and I really appreciate your support. And I hope that I'll see you on the next episode. And please support us by subscribing to this podcast. Please also leave a review and share this episode with someone. Even if you don't share the entire episode, but you can share bite-sized pieces, right, that you know will help them. So thank you again, and please subscribe, share, leave a review. Bye, guys.